Today we're going to be taking a look at a Fasco Charleston. This is a third generation Charleston in antique white with 4 blades. The third generation was the only version of the Charleston that was offered with both 4 blades and 5 blades as different options throughout the early to mid-90s, I believe. And it has the plain style badges that pop out a bit, and the standard ball socket mounting, as 3rd gen Fascos did have. And Sleepy Dog has some pretty loud breathing over there. Anyways, this ceiling fan has a polished brass aftermarket light kit on it with just some basic glass. I'm sure I'll be getting at least one comment about how ugly it looks, but you know what, it works, so I don't really care. This ceiling fan is installed in the master bedroom of the new house I am currently residing in. And there is the light. Has LED bulbs in it, so it is nice and bright. And I will start the fan up on low. At the time, I believe this was the only drop flywheel Fasco you could still get that was offered with only 4 blades. As every other model at the time, the State Fair, the Great Room, the Vanity Fair, and even other versions of the Charleston, I believe, were all offered with 5 blades. As at the time, in the late 80s and early 90s, a lot of fan companies saw 5-bladed fans as kind of the way of the future. With Fasco, however, I personally would stick to 4 blades, mainly because of the flywheel situation, as up until the Charleston was discontinued, the 4-blade versions used the traditional style of flywheel, where the metal hub itself acted as the flywheel, and that is the case on this fan as well. So there is pretty much a 0% chance that thing is ever going to fail. But of course the 5- and 6-bladed ones, they used a rubber flywheel that was put on top of the hub, you know, around the shaft, if that makes sense. And those things were pretty notorious for failure, as I've said numerous times before. Now we'll go up to medium. Low was very nice and aesthetic, but still stirred the air around a bit. Medium is where you get even more of a functional setting. This is the speed the fan stays on the most often, as it blows good air, but isn't moving too ridiculously fast at the same time. And the fan runs very well. It's well balanced and has no bearing noise. Has a tiny bit of motor hum, but that just sometimes is what is kind of the way of the beast, you know. And now we'll go too high. Does still wobble a little bit, but compared to most of the other Fascos I have, this is still one of the better balanced ones for sure. And this fan, as to be expected, is very powerful. And there you go, an antique white 3rd generation Fasco Charleston.